Nonsense for asking for self-determination. Nonsense for having for good leadership and good country. Nonsense for asking them to build the country for the sake of those generation coming after them. Nonsense. And they have told Bokwari, you can go ahead though. If anybody say they want to build the Dua Republic, we can assure you, Ondo State under me will not be part of it. Ondo in Yoruba land, Ogun State under me, sir, they will never be part of it. Oh, okay, well done. Good boy. Ekiti State under me, sir, they will never be part of the Dua Republic. Say, oh, good boy, well done. Lagos State will never be part of Oduduwa Republic. Great guy, well done. Osun will never be part of Oduduwa Republic under me. Look at the guys pledging all of this. These are failed guys who have overseen the who have overseen the the poverty increasing on their own people. They saw the increased poverty in the land. But guess what? They have to pledge. So when they mentioned South, that they were going, that Biafra will now be like a dot in the circle. Do you know what I mean? It means that all you need to do is just to send the soldier after them. If they think they can run to this place, I have my friends there, they will kill them too. That is the Nigeria that Ifnumbu, Atifku, Adeboye, and so many of them who told you that Bokwari's change was going to bring you peace. Maybe you don't understand. Watch this.
You talked about talking to the people of Northeast in a language you understand. That is the whole, there's a crisis around that language. So it shows that because we were a former military man, we are talking about, using force to restore order. But it's understood in another way, especially given what happened last week, when you spoke about the Southeast, IPOB, and all that. One, the controversy of Twitter. When is the government going to be ban Twitter? The suspension of Twitter. Because, when is Nigerians are expecting when the government will do that? And two, how are we going to resolve the crisis in the South?
Well, Southeast, I was encouraged by what I heard. Nobody told me. 2 statements from the South. One by elderly people. No, South. Yes, by elderly people. They said this time around there will be no access to sea. I'm sure you will understand what they mean. Again, the youth made the same statement. That encouraged me. So that IPOB is just like a dot in a circle. If they want to exist, they would have no access to anywhere. And the way they are spread all over the country, having businesses, having property, I think IPOB doesn't know what they are talking about. In any case, we say we'll talk to them in the language they understand. We'll organize the police and the military to pursue them. That's what we can do. And we will do it.
What about Twitter?
Twitter. That I will give to myself. What?
Well, still on the Southeast, Mr. President, how do you plan to include more people from the Southeast, and indeed the South in general, to include more people?
Did you hear them laugh? People are dying. People are being killed. At least on record, over 600 young people have been killed in Imo State alone in the last 50 days. But when they mentioned the Southeast, it said they are just like a dot in a circle. And some leaders, elders from South, told him, and some youth assured him and encouraged him that this time around, there will be no exit for them. And I know what to do. We will speak to them in the language they understand. We will send the soldiers and the police after them and kill them. That is the consequences of 2015. Whether you supported Boko Haram, whether you didn't support Boko Haram, the danger of being part of one Nigeria is that the calamity will not befall those who voted or supported Boko Haram alone. Everyone will have a share. The lady repeated the question, okay? And I think you should listen to it again.
Still on the Southeast, Mr. President, how do you plan to include more people from the Southeast, and indeed the South in general, to include more people in the Southeast, and indeed the South in general, in your government, especially in security services and MDAs?
You look at, say, NNPC, look at the military. People who have been there for 18 years, or people who have been there, say, for 10 years, they trained in Zaria or in Abeokuta. You know, they come through the ranks, and because they served under all the circumstances, the crisis and everything, and they gradually rise to that status. And you think you just pick somebody just to balance up? These positions have to be earned. Those positions have to be earned. There are people who have been there for 10, 15 years. And you just because somebody will say, well, there's nobody. If you don't join, you are not forced to join. But when you join, you go through the rigmarole. You go through the problem throughout, and you learn by the system.
Some people will tell you that it doesn't know what he's saying there. It does. It is deliberate. When they ask that what is planned for how to include the people from the Southeast in his government, especially the security and all of that, did you see what he was talking about? It was intentional. And I'm not going to really go into that. But guess what? When it was time for him to talk about how to kill the Igbos, it was so deliberate and very clear. But there's something he also said in that video. He said, number one, there's nowhere for them to go. And also, they have properties all over the country. That is called gaslighting. If you listen or if you have been following the development in Nigeria, you would probably have been reading from those Facebook adsmen, social media bandits, some of them bearing Abdullahi this, Salih Sudat, Shekau that, and the rest. You will hear them, you know, sending a sort of a coded message or messages in their comments on the plan to actually attack Igbos in every part of Nigeria simply because the Igbos are asking to leave Nigeria. Don't let us get it too complicated, okay? The Biafrans are asking that since they are not protected in Nigeria and will never be protected in Nigeria or feel safe in Nigeria or included in Nigeria, they want to leave. They are not asking to leave by war. They are asking that Nigeria and possibly the United Nations and every other responsible organizations all over the world witness an organized referendum so that the people of the Southeast, they can choose if they want to be on their own or have their own country, or they still want to be part of Nigeria, but rather than let them or listen to them, dialogue with them, ask them what are going to be, what's going to be the, or let me say, what are going to be the conditions for this negotiation. Boko Haram started threatening blood, war, and death. And if you look at all this Abdullahi, this and that, they are more interested in death and killings simply because Biafran says they want to go. And they have been doing it already, killing them. They were doing it secretly before now. They have now escalated it enough that they have now officialized it. What does that mean? The soldiers have now been given, the policemen have been given the go-ahead to shoot and kill anyone they accuse to be of IPOB. It doesn't matter, even if you are not just a member of IPOB in any way. But as an Igbo man, you can be accused of being an IPOB member, and once you are accused of it, it is a death sentence. It's a death sentence under Boko Haram. So this is no longer about them saying it. How does asking for a referendum turn you to a hunting prey for the bloodthirsty criminals in government brought about by Atifku, by Saraki, by Tifnumbu, by Obasanjo, by Adeboye, by and the rest of all those ganged up criminals who said God told them that Boko Haram was coming to give you change. Now that change is the genocide everybody is talking about now. When they ask Laya Muhammad, why are you guys like this? What is wrong with you? There was a time you were thanking the social media for bringing you to power, for what they did, the youth. Why are you doing this? When he gave his explanation, as dumb as it is, let me go for a drink break. We will continue. Watch this from Laya Muhammad. Sad.
When I addressed you on Wednesday, I said, among other things, that Twitter's mission in Nigeria is suspect. And I went further to say, yes, that Twitter funded the NSAS protests in Nigeria last year. And people have challenged it. And I'm glad that the cable has done some fact-finding, and their conclusions are as follows. He said the truth is that fact-checking showed that indeed Twitter's CEO played a prominent role in helping to raise funds for the NSAS protesters. Whether he paid directly or he helped to raise funds, I think is a matter of semantics. And here's what the fact check by the online newspaper revealed. That on October 14, 2020, Jack Dorsey retweeted an article about the protests with the NSAS hashtag alongside a link to the Feminist Coalition, one of the groups providing support for the protesters at the time. That on the same date, he asked people to donate via Bitcoins to support the movement. On October 16, Dorsey launched a special emoji to give the protesters more visibility on the microblogging platform. So whether he donated money himself or helped to raise money, the Twitter owner is one of those who helped to fund the NSAS protest that was later hijacked, leading to loss of lives and massive destruction of property. We must never forget the toll of the NSAS protest. 6 soldiers, 37 policemen were killed. 196 policemen were injured. 164 police vehicles were destroyed. 134 police stations were burned down. 57 civilians were killed. 269 private corporate facilities were burnt or looted or vandalized. 243 government facilities were burnt or vandalized. 81 government warehouses were looted. And as I said last Wednesday, I can see from the fact the fact check, the role of Jack Dorsey is suspect. His interest in Nigeria is inimical to our growth. Well, our decision to suspend Twitter as been lauded by some. It has been decried by some. But we want to make it clear that what is important to us is the sovereignty of Nigeria. And until when Twitter responds, and the cardinal thing is that Twitter must be registered in Nigeria, Twitter must be licensed in Nigeria, and Twitter must stop using its platform for activities that are inimical to the growth of Nigeria or to its corporate existence. Thank you very much.
That's Laya Muhammad. I decided to share that just to remind you that these are the guys who use social media to gain power. And today, all they think about is just themselves not losing that power. They don't care about the millions who actually uses that same Twitter for their businesses in Nigeria. After these criminals who never produces, they never create jobs. They take jobs. Are you with me? But they don't care if Nigeria go down the drain tomorrow. People have decided to come out. I have a little bit of reservation about tomorrow, but I'm going to encourage it anyway for those who have worked so well to make their voice heard tomorrow. I was looking for a total showdown. Stop making it a protest this, a protest that, then a day protest, everybody goes back in. That's just what Bokwari will just energize on by using its soldiers to kill innocent people. Now, tomorrow, they have been mobilizing people for tomorrow. They are policemen that are going to shoot and kill people. I don't know how this is going to work out, especially for those who knows that Nigerian soldiers and Nigerian policemen, they shoot to kill and should pretty much protect themselves. Don't go out there if you don't have enough protective gear on you. And please, when you are going to a protest, ensure that you don't go to a protest alone. Find people from your local, your community, your street, people you know, so that they can be able to account for you. You can be able to account for yourselves on the protest ground in a way. Okay, protest is not a rally ground. The people you are going to meet, you are going there for peaceful protest. They are coming with violence. You know them. It is the same character, and to them right now that they have managed to shut down Twitter, whereby you'll be unable to share most of what is going on. Don't be surprised that they are not just bringing out their guns, their brutality and all of that. They are also going to be bringing a total shutdown, blackout in the areas they will be killing people. They did it in Lekki. They did it in Obigbo. They did it in Olu. They did it in Owerri. They are doing it everywhere right now, right? And covering it as much as they can, even though they can't, right? Don't go out there without real protection. I want to advise, okay? I am looking forward to something that is more revolutionary, spontaneous. Sunday Igboho and the Yoruba campaigners, Yoruba self-root campaigners, they decided to come out tomorrow as well. That's what will give it a big boost. I am not 100% sure of what's going to happen tomorrow. But you see, the likes of Tifnumbu that are going to become the victim of their own greed, they don't deserve your sympathy. They don't deserve any of your thoughts in any way. If you have any energy now, if you have something that you actually have to do or contribute to change things, right? Join those who are teaming up to make up the number, to demand for a total sovereignty, a country of ours, especially in Oduduwa Republic. Oduduwa Nation now should be your own agenda. You know why? You cannot trust the criminals who told you that all you needed was just to what? Give them the chance. They know the solution. Yorubas will do better. But look at us today. We are now running a tasketa. We don't know who and when is going. We don't know who will become the next victim. We don't know when as well. And this is killing. And you see those who brought us to this level, they have been dead, silent, quiet. Like, this is not happening. When they open their mouth, they ask you to pray. Pray for who? Pray for Nigeria. While you die or bleed to death. Somebody sent me a message And just before I round it up and start taking a few calls, just for this part, okay? Somebody sent me a message and he said, Maiyegun, your explanation to Sandra yesterday, if you watch my broadcast yesterday, said that your explanation to Sandra about autonomous region for some time before the eventual breakup seemed like a restructuring. Well, you can call it restructuring, okay? But to me, a process. Restructuring means you are trying to restructure Nigeria. No. Restructuring, what they are calling restructuring is called the regional autonomy, whereby all of you will still be Nigeria. That is not a planned breakup. I said to break up a country, right? It doesn't go straight to referendum, just referendum, and everybody votes yes, no, and that's it. Then we'll break up. That's not how it works, okay? If we haven't witnessed many, let us use that of South Sudan as a very good example. That's the new country recently created, okay? You see, the arrangement that eventually led to the independence of South Sudan today started from the peace negotiation, whereby in an arrangement just like us in 1960, in the 60s, in the 50s rather, the arrangement, the Yorubas and every other region in Nigeria today agreed to was that to be part of this Nigeria, we must all run our affairs independently without any interference according to our own terms. And, so that arrangement, if it had lasted, would have resulted into eventual Oduduwa Republic or any country they will call Yoruba land today, eventually, okay? However, that got truncated, destroyed. Same thing happened to the people of Sudan, where the South Sudan was part of Sudan, okay? The arrangement then was that South Sudan will be autonomous. They will have their own, control their own resources, do their own things, and all of that. While the Sudan, as a country, will also run, the Northern Sudan will run their own affair, and as a country, they can do things together that they have in common. But when it comes to their affairs, they have to run them independently. But something happened, like Nigeria. South Sudan, Northern Sudan, coup happened, and then somebody abrogated the two countries together by force. And since then, they've not known peace. It's been war, fight, this, that, peace meeting here, peace meeting there, until 2005. So 2005, after a prolonged fight, that no, we are not supposed to be one country, just like we are in Nigeria right now, doing in Nigeria. Are you with me? Some people are forcing the mentality of one Nigeria, one country on you. And some people who actually knows what we signed up for says, no. That's not what we signed up for. And that is why Nigeria is not working. You get what I mean now? So in South Sudan, eventually, after so much wahala, after so much death, they met and discussed what is the way forward. Let us restore your autonomous power. You can have it back. And then after 5 years, we can then discuss and conduct another referendum. If the people of South Sudan says they want to leave, then they can leave. So to start with, the people of South Sudan voted for the autonomous region again. In the end, they got that back. That means they were in charge of their destiny. So all the fight about who will control where, who is going to rule, that was why South Sudan was still fighting. Despite getting the autonomous region, rivalry, war, this, they were still fighting. But guess what? 5 years after that, all of them found their common ground. Do you know what they figured out? They said, for peace to reign in South Sudan, no fight. We will acknowledge all the regions that make up the South Sudan. And they look at them, they said, you know what? We will be sharing, we will call something power rotation. Majorly, we are Christians here. And we have a lot in common culturally, okay? Now, let us say every region will have presidential and vice presidential seats so that they will be part of the decision-making in this new country. You see, that's the advantage of a new country. You will be able to decide what is the type of government we want. Yes, you are coming from Nigeria. South Sudan was coming from Sudan as well, where Omar al-Bashir was the dictator for 21 years. But when they break away and they had their fight, they figured it out. Today, they are not there. But guess what? They are on their way to the place. Peace that eluded them for the first 5-7 years, they are finding a way around it. They are now building. They are rebuilding themselves. Gradually, they are not a rich country. Yes, they've been undermined. They've been underdeveloped for years. Same way Nigeria underdeveloped Eastern Nigeria. The same way Nigeria underdeveloped Niger Delta. It was deliberate. But when you break away, even if you now go fight, you will fight. But last, you will get your country. You will figure it out. That is what they don't want to happen. Are you with me? They don't want that to happen. And that is why they said, when you ask for referendum, you're asking for war. There are Igbos who said they don't want a Biafra. Yes, they don't want Biafra. They have a right to say they don't want it. Okay? But you know what? Let us know how many of them. That's the question. Okay? Okorocha will go to Sokoto and he will speak in Hausa and he will tell them, don't mind my brothers from the east asking for Biafra. They are just wasting their time. You know why he is saying that? For Biafra to still be part of Nigeria is beneficial to him, is beneficial to his friends, is beneficial to his family, and is beneficial to his own mental health. Because if you detach Biafra from Nigeria, some of them are as useless as that last tissue paper you used when you last visited your toilet. They are used. The same thing with Tifnumbu. These are guys who have no real training about anything. They have no what do you call it? They have no any expert in any expert in anything. They are not expert in anything. They have no real skill. That is why it is so difficult for them to create wealth. It is difficult for them to create economy that creates wealth. That is why all they created is poverty, corruption, stealing, and all this round tripping of a thing. These are guys who are not in, they are not expert in any skill. Nothing. So if you break Nigeria, they're going to be useless. They're going to be nothing. They are old. They can't learn new trade. You cannot teach old dog new trick. Are you with me? And that is why they will just look away and shut down Twitter of 40 million people, because according to them, the 40 million people are against them. And therefore, all businesses surrounding people running their businesses through the platform, they can go to hell. That is selfish. If you see Igbo who don't want Biafra, give them the ballot. Oh yeah, vote. Yes or no. Biafra or not. Let them vote. If you want to see the Yorubas who don't want to do a republic, let us vote. And some said, no, Maiyegun, that's restructuring. See, I don't have all the solution. I don't pretend to know all the answers, okay? None of us know all the answers. But I am very sincere enough, I'm very clear enough to tell you the process I understand of breaking up of a country if you are dealing with normal people, not terrorists. I understand. And I've presented that to you. There are others who are brilliant than me. They have other solutions. But I want you to present your solution without just speaking grammar. Grammar without substance. I want you to make whatever you want to say very practical. That is what I believe the Biafrans are asking for. They are not asking for war. They are not asking to start killing. They are not even asking to take over anywhere in Nigeria. They don't want to be president of anywhere. They said, give us a referendum and let us prove to you that majority of us don't want to be part of Nigeria. Then when you do that for them, it's not that after the people says we are leaving, then automatically they will announce Biafra next week. That's not how it works. And if you think I'm wrong, I'm not going to argue with you. I just want to hear your own side. Tell me, what is the process of breaking up of Nigeria that you know that doesn't require bloodbath? And guess what? When I looked around, even for the South Sudan, that fought war for over 40 years with the government of Sudan, over 40 years they were fighting. Just like the Biafrans have been fighting for over 50 years and they have been killed. Even though Biafrans have not publicly started any fight with Nigeria, they've never staged any fight with Nigeria, but they have been killed, hunted, killed by Nigeria for asking for Biafra for over 51 years. Even after, well, for over 40 years of that of Sudan, South Sudan, after all the killings, you know what happened? They ended up on the negotiation table. So if Yorubas fight, if your own style of breaking up of Nigeria is that we should buy gun and fight and kill, no problem. I'm going to let you know this. After all the killings, after all the fighting, after everything, when Nigeria finally cave in and agree that we should break up, everybody will still have to go back to the negotiation table to decide what is the terms and conditions of the breakup and how long is it going to be. Nobody is going to announce a new country just like that. That is what I understand about breaking up of a country. I know the Fulanis are pushing everybody to war. Of course they are, because they will use the violence to silence you. They will use the message of fear, fear-mongering, and many others to intimidate you into keeping quiet and dropping the ambition of asking for Biafra, asking for Oduduwa Republic. Violence is what they know, of course. And violence is what they're going to get. Because when you push the people, they say when a peaceful dissolution, if you make a peaceful dissolution impossible, you will make a violent dissolution inevitable. I am not somebody who promotes violence, because I understand these things to some extent. I'm not saying I know it all, by the way. But if what I've just told you practically doesn't make any sense to you, I actually want to see your own side. I want to read your own side of it, what you think, or how you think countries are divided peacefully. Even after war, you will still end up having to decide how are we going to break it up. And that is what the Biafrans are asking for. I have heard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu many times, repeatedly, give Biafrans referendum. It didn't say give us war. It didn't say, oh, come and fight war with us and let us test our power. And if we win you, then you give us Biafra. It didn't say that. It said, give us a referendum and let us choose and let the people decide if they actually want to be in Nigeria or not. Setting them up, gaslighting them. You know why you should be concerned? Every language that the Boko Haram and all these Fulani terrorist apologists, every language they use on the Biafrans, they are going to use it on me. They're going to use it on you, as long as you shout or ask for Oduduwa Republic. So if you cannot see that now, the same way they are gaslighting the the Biafrans, they will be gaslighting the Oduduwans in northern Nigeria. They are already telling them that the Yorubas want to divide, the Yorubas that have nothing. Don't believe this illiterate from the Sahel. How can you believe those who have not even a droplet of kerosene in their vast 70% land mass in Nigeria, and they are telling you you are going to suffer simply because you are asking to be in charge of your own destiny, of your own people? How can you believe them? If not because of the message of fear that they are spreading. And this message of fear are being, spread by they are helping them to spread this message of fear in southern Nigeria by those who are benefiting from the rot, or those who are looking forward to benefiting from the rot. Even if people are killed, they don't care. Thank you very much, Tunraya Bay. Well, that's class. And thank you so much as well, Nobody. Yeah, as usual, Nobody from London. Thank you. So they're going to use the same language on us. When they begin, you see, when I said the fact that they are killing and kidnapping the people in Benue, and very soon they will cross to Kogi, cross to Ebonyi, cross to all these areas in eastern Nigeria, all of us in Yoruba land are not safe as well, because very soon this whole thing will be happening in Yoruba land. Some of you didn't believe it. Some of you didn't agree with me, because to me, it is far-fetched. It will never happen in Yoruba land. Many of you will never believed. You have now realized that it is now happening. Now, I'm saying this to you. If you join them, among the South leaders who told Boko Haram that this time around there will be no exit for the Biafrans. When they are done with the Biafrans, they will come for you. They started with the Shiites. Then they went for the IPOB members, the Biafrans. They went for the youth. And now they are back to the Biafrans. They want to make it a full-scale war. When they are done with them, they are coming for us. They killed our people in Igangan. Oloye Sunday Igboho and others, they moved down to Igangan, only for them to be ambushed by the Nigerian military and police that were nowhere to be found for the hours that the Fulani terrorists killed, maimed, burned properties of our people in Igangan. And to this day, no single person has been arrested for that crime. Or your state government that promised to get to make sure that this never happen again. Well, you better make sure it never happen again. You get what I mean now? It is happening. It is already happening. And very soon, that we have our people who are going to stand up, already standing up, to defend the land. Bokwari is going to tell you that some people have promised to cycle us in Yoruba land and kill us for asking to live, for asking to stay alive. So you should be worried. And that is why I am. And the Tifnumbu that brought us here, whatever they want to do to him, they should go ahead and do it. The same Tifnumbu is now telling us that we should calm down and watch us killed. When the daughter of Papa Shoroti was killed in Ondo, the leader of Afenifere, that Baba, they killed his daughter, Olufunke, I think. Tifnumbu went there and he was asking the media, where are the cows? How are you sure that she was killed by the Fulani terrorist? Where are the cows? Now, they will show Tifnumbu himself in Lagos that they don't need cows to show Tifnumbu that they are in charge. So whatever they want to do to him, they should. But you see all these killings in Yoruba land, all these attacks, police stations have been burned down. You know, Ogijo is very close to Ikorodu. Ikorodu police station and all those places were reportedly attacked. There will be more in the coming days and weeks. Okay? So all of you living in the center of Lagos State, Lagos Center of Excellency, Center of Excellence, be prepared. They have already started kidnapping people on the Third Mainland Bridge, whereby if they caught up with you, if you survive, you will tell the sad tale. Okay? Everywhere is surrounded. Everywhere is covered. The only thing that will save us is for everybody never to listen to the likes of Tifnumbu anymore. Never to listen to the likes of all this APC, Egbekegbe, and those who are their islands in this southern Nigeria. Tomorrow is June 12. Make it count. I wanted to take calls tonight, but I won't because of my time and something that came up as well. I'm sorry about that. We will take calls tomorrow if I'm back on again, okay? So that Bokwari, the product of Tifnumbu, is committing genocide in eastern Nigeria is enough to tell every Averager or every Yoruba son and daughter, do not play into their hand. Do not fall Mugun into their hand. The whole thing initially was to drag the whole thing until 2023 until you sign another death certificate of yours or death warrant of yours. Tifnumbu will not sentence Yorubas into another, another bloodbath. This one that he dragged us into, will consume him and consume those who are actually everything that is, everything that is will be consumed by the consequences and the calamity is brought upon us. Do not play into their gallery. Do not join them in preparing for any 2023. Do not hope for something to change simply because Tifnumbu said so. There is going to be wars. Tifnumbu, if he's lucky, if they don't kill him before December, it will not be in Nigeria for 2022. It will be away. It will run away from those people he brought to power. They are coming for him. But now, they need everybody's support to kill the Igbos. Don't let Tifnumbu make you allow them to kill the Igbos, as they are already doing. Stop the genocide. Stop the killings. And raise the awareness all over the world. I'm so happy that our brothers and sisters gathered, our brethren gathered in the UK, in front of the UK Parliament. Today, I was sent a video anyway. That was really, really commendable in London. Let us all raise this awareness from all over the world where these rally and campaigns are going to take place. Please make them count. And the journey to this liberation has just begun. And I believe it is on course as well. So thank you very much for joining me tonight, to every one of you. Before you go, okay, please, you can stop by. How can we have 3,000 people watching? And I think I know why. But now, before you go, okay, if this is your first time of watching Maiyegun's Diary Politico, please subscribe under the video and set your notification on, all notification on, so you won't miss anything on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. Give me that thumb up under the video. Leave the chat room for a sec, okay? Go under the video, give me that thumb up. I will see you again tomorrow, okay? Spread the word, raise the awareness. We can stop Bukwari by first stopping those who are encouraging him, those who are telling him that they will help him to kill the Igbos. Because if you let them get away with this, we will be next. Because there's nothing the Biafrans are asking for today that is different from what the young Yorubas are asking for as well. If you say yes to the killings of the Igbos, they will come for us. And I'm not going to be here to be part of it. So raise the awareness, share the broadcast, and subscribe on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, everybody.
ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe àníyàn súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo òjẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo òjẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo òjẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo òjẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo òjẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo òjẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo òjẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo òjẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.